People, welcome back to Politricks Watch. This is Sir P. Now today I'm going to talk about an incident that went down in St. Ann and a bigger topic overall, one that doesn't get enough attention in my opinion, right? Now the incident I'm talking about is the one that went down on Friday, October the 2nd, right? And it happened in St. Ann, right, in a place called Ramble. Now there was a team of police officers who intercepted a Probox car as they were carrying out the anti-predial larceny operation, because for those of you who don't know, there's actually a team now of police who actually look out for man who are growing and thief people animals and thief off people farm. So right away I have to at least commend JCF for taking it seriously enough to dedicate its own unit. But from what I'm hearing, the unit isn't very large, right, and as you can imagine doesn't have a lot of resources, so we're gonna need that unit strengthened, right? But anyway, the man them intercept the car. The car man decides that him not stop, and in the process of trying to get away, him run up to the back of the police car. But that wasn't the end of it. So these were no ordinary thief. These were no ordinary co-thief. After the man them jump out of the car, they started to shoot after the police. Police returned fire, right? And as you can see in the picture, the back of the Probox pick up a couple rounds. Them end up run off. When the police them check, they found 2 calves in the back of the Toyota Probox. Right, now them get to understand, say, later on the same day, police them end up catch a man because it's like him pick up a round in him foot during the shootout, and you know, say eventually them have to go find some kind of hospital, especially if he was hit with a 5.56 round. Right, so now in the hospital, and as him turn up, police them hold on upon him and another woman. But the police are still looking for 4 individuals. Their names are Terrace Harrilan of Windsor District, right, a man known only as Renil and Country from Parrytown in Ochi, another man known as Jermaine from Kingston, and another man known as Tallman, right, from St. Anne's Bay. And after the whole incident finished, the 2 called them, went to the police station, gave the police a statement and filed a report, and then actually that didn't happen. But that would be great if it could happen though, right? It would be great if we could get the testimony of the cows, because after all, them still demand them, right? If only cows could talk. Now people, let's get serious. Predial larceny, one of the most underrated criminal acts in Jamaica. An act that not only hurts the farmer, as in the person who grow the cow or grow the goat or till the soil or plant him yam and banana. Not only does it hurt those people, it hurts their community, it hurts the entire agricultural sector. The last time I see the numbers in 2010, they said that Jamaica was losing about $5 billion a year to predial larceny. That's 2010. Obviously, we're now in 2020. Now, I want people to understand, one of the biggest deterrents to farming in Jamaica is predial larceny. See, it's easy for people to say, oh, Jamaicans now farm again. What happened to farming? Why we don't grow we want this? Why we don't grow we want that? And people say them things, I let them know what go on. Like say, them head buried in the sand, and them don't know say, enough people, the reason why them put on farming is because of predial larceny. People don't bother a plant no yam, people don't bother plant no potato, people don't bother raise no cow or no goat because other Jamaicans are thief it. And them wait till people spend how much hours in a hot sun, dig this, plant that, put manure upon this and that, just so as them can sit down in the shade, right, keep cool, and then wait till the people them things grow for them go thief it. And when them thief it, them carry it on the black market, go sell it on the cheap, and the people them who them sell it to know start thieving goods. But I'm telling them know say them know start thieving goods because they must know say nothing can so cheap. People know the general price of yam, people know the general price of potato and them thing there, right? Sweet pepper and all these things. People know the price. So if a man come to you out of nowhere, you don't know man as no farmer. You never see me with a cutlass yet. You never see me with a pickaxe stick yet. You never see me with a hoe yet, right? But yet still man come to you, right? Fresh like him just come out of one dance, right? Cool, like him just rub on him nadinola, and I come tell you say him have how much yam and how much sweet potato and him have 5 cow I sell you. And people see them things there and just say, oh yeah man, that makes sense, sell me them no. So the people them support the thieving goods, and then when that kill off the actual farmers, the same people them get up and say, boy, well, nobody now farm, want to farming, who don't want to farming, can help kill it. Jamaicans help kill farming, right? Yes, the thief them, then forget to them forget. But let's be realistic, the thief must sell it to somebody. And the people that must sell it to them know start thieving goods. Especially in these rural areas, everybody know everybody. Everybody knows that there's only 5 or 6 man who want to sell this. Who you? Where you come from all of a sudden? I sell them things. Last week we hear say Mr. Johnson farm get raided and all of a sudden you have beer, onion and sell. I wouldn't know you has no onion farm. Where you farm there? Right. Nobody now ask the question and just glad to them can get the little extra discount and then go about them business. Right, and then when Mr. Johnson kiss him teeth and say him done with the farming, then people start ball. Everything import, how come nobody now plant nothing? We don't know why nobody now plant nothing. Free their larceny. Right? It put off people. Who wouldn't be put off? How much hard labor, how much hot sun, rain come beat you, sun come dry you out, and then when you look, man thief things and gone. And it's not like back in the day when you could have just have one cutlass and defend your farm. Nowadays, these pre-their larceny man them are come with gun. Instead of shoot out the man, them shoot out the police. So what the farmers them supposed to do? Because listen, if a farmer can get a licensed firearm holder, it's going to be a miracle, right? Right. People don't feel like say, especially Mr. Johnson, the little farmer, if you go tell him, say, listen, you don't need for no weapon. You're just a little farmer. Like the farmer not for defend for them thing, right? And you know what? I'm gonna say this right now, and if people vex, that's your problem. Me can't wait for you one of them there, so one of these farmers sleep in them bush and lay with one of them waste man. Because that's it that go come to, That's it that go come to. Now go use the farmers sleeping at the bush with them soil, with them goat. Man go literally lie down side of them goat and wait in the night for somebody come for him, and as he touch the rope, his finger them just drop off. That's what it that go come to. Because we keep pressuring the people them things. Right, we're talking about an entire industry, an entire sector. Right, and as me say, come in the police or, well I guess it will be the ministry who come up with the idea that they need a pre-their larceny unit, yes. But the unit to exist, they're going to need more resources. And first of all, how police are going to actually stop that? Police can't camp out on farm. Police can't sit on a farm and watch farm all day. So ultimately, a better deterrent would be to strengthen the laws or make the farmers them able to protect them assets. The farmers them are going to need to have certain rights for if man come and violate them things, them can defend themselves within reason. That it have to go come to. Because if man feel like say, the only thing them have to deal with is that after them done thief the cow, then Mr. Johnson can call the police and the pre-their larceny unit respond. Then them are going to take them chances to psycho them to rob somebody, because that's not by nature police is more reactive than anything else. Something have to happen normally for them respond. So you need a better deterrent, and a better deterrent is the farmer them getting more strength. They need more strength. I don't know, as I said, I'm not a legal expert, right? I'm not going to pretend like I know the law at the back of my hand, but them probably going to need some kind of stand your ground laws or something. The money need to defend them farm. It can't go like that. It cannot. People, I want everyone to realize how expensive 2 cows is. That's a whole heap of money in it. Listen, if you're not from certain parts of Jamaica, I understand, you might spend most of your life abroad. You might think to yourself, oh, 2 cows, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. And not only that, the man them invest a whole heap in them. Farmers treat them cow and then goat like how other people treat any other business place. Them invest, them spend, and then them want a return. So when them spend and them get too much feeding and fatten up cow, and then thief come move them in the night and put them in a pro box, as me say, man I go start losing finger. And one of these days, we're going to hear say a man go up on somebody's farm and then get a 12-gauge road directly to them face. And when it happen, that's how it go. With a relative it is, we lose them teeth in family, and the people in farm, that's how it go. Right, when they want you in the farm, no? Right, because when them teeth the cow, when them teeth the goat, and carrot come chop it up and cook it, and you eat till the belly full, you don't have nothing to say. So when Mr. Johnson catch him on him farm, right, and give him one out of the shotty, lay him out flat, you know if you have nothing to say either. Pre-their larceny is a major problem. Turn off enough people. It's one thing that might kill off the farming industry. But people rather play victims. People rather make it sound like say, the whole world is stopping Jamaica from farming, and why the people now farm because them think it's not worth it. If there were big profits to be made, money that gone over there. This is common sense. Yes, me know it's enough youths to get lazy, and as we know, this generation of youths is obviously in general much softer than the one that come before. We know that. But there's still plenty of people who are still hardcore traditional farmers. The rural people, they want to farm but the money no night. The little money we can make, right, demand them achieve them things. So, let me say, government have to go look upon this thing seriously. Whatever laws them have in place, it's not strong enough. Right? If you want to hear about agriculture, if you want to talk about food security and all these fancy terms that people throw around, because that's what Jamaicans love doing. We love throw around these fancy terms. Oh, we need food security, right? And oh yeah man, that sounds good. Oh, we will get that. Oh, we will get that if a man can plant him onion and plant him sweet potato and go in bed feeling safe, so tomorrow morning he will wake up come see it. None of them things that can happen, right? So people can bawl about farming dead and how come Jamaica not produce this and we import all of these things. I don't know why. I don't know why, but just like any other crime in Jamaica. But now nothing to say until it affect them. So because only the farmers them really feel it, or that's what people think. Right? Because enough people think say, Mr. Johnson alone I feel it. Enough people don't realize say the whole parish I feel it. Right? Because when farming boom, the community boom, right, the city boom, the country boom, right? But enough people think so, oh well Mr. Johnson the problem that make him deal with him. What they make him deal with it. No, everybody feel it. Everybody feel it. That could be a sector that could help push GDP. Right, because we all know tourism, Jamaica is too reliant on tourism, and agriculture is one of the things that has potential to grow. But, as me say, we could just sit around and show out fancy terms all day, and show out terms that we learn up at with the lecturer teach food security, and yeah, we need to invest more and we need to plant more. None of them things there now go happen until farmers feel safe so them can plant them things and go back with seed. So, anyway. Just a topic that I thought, you know what, now that I'm sitting in the news, let me bring up the topic. Needs more attention. Needs way more attention. Anyway, Patreon squad, be up on yourself. PIA, you don't know, more life, bless.